welcome back to Kanoi Wanyayi broadcast with Sangwaji Spirika Chizama Fumo. We're back again this week with another guest on our Ordinary People Doing Extraordinary Work. Today, I brought you somebody fascinating, my good friend Flo, the stylist. Flo, welcome to the
Hello.
program.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Okay, I am too, and I'm sure our viewers should really be excited because today's topic is a very, very, very interesting one. Uh,
Yes,
Florence is a
yes,
fashion stylist.
definitely.
She's a
Hmm.
fashion stylist, and she'll be talking to us about grooming and deportment. I know this is a topic which is of great interest to a lot of people because sometimes we get confused here with grooming and being fashionable and all that stuff. Sometimes there's a difference. Kugeza nekuchena, those things are different. And today we're going to
Yes,
be touching, yeah,
yes.
and we're going to be touching on those very topics. So, Florence, come and tell us, what do you do? You're a fashion stylist. What does that mean? And today you'll be talking on grooming and deportment. Give us in a nutshell, what does
Yes.
that mean?
Okay, so I'm a fashion stylist. I help people with issues that have to do with style, fashion, beauty, and also grooming and deportment. So it's all about just how um, people should just be. It includes a lot of things like what you just introduced. Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
think I just Yeah, so it's all about grooming and etiquette, your personal style, how you just look as a person, and how you present yourself to the people.
Okay, because packaging yourself, I mean, it takes a lot. People, you don't
Yes.
stand out there and just you look wow on your own. It's something you have to practice. It's something that you have to learn. However, I do
Hmm.
know that well, I don't know if it's cultural. I think in general, people find it difficult to talk about certain things or that are a bit off about somebody, how somebody's dressed. Sure, I appreciate
Uh-huh.
it's all about person's choice when it comes to the way they want to dress. I know I have had problems with people talking
Yes.
about looking professional. What does that even mean? But that's not where we're going. But I just wanted to say to put a bit of a
Yes.
disclaimer there because some people feel like so if you think this is the right way, maybe I don't like it that way. But now let's start. Let's
Yes.
focus on grooming
Yeah.
right now. Let's talk about the basics of grooming. What is it that people need to know
Yes.
before they put their clothes on, and what is it in the packaging? What comes first?
Sorry, I didn't get your question there.
Okay,
Can you
I
please
was saying,
repeat?
okay, I was saying, before somebody steps out all dressed up and looking really wow, there are things that we need to talk about that the basics of grooming. What are the basics? What are things that people should know before they put their clothes
Yes.
on? What is it that is so important that should come first, really, before you in your packaging yourself? What is it that is so important?
Okay, so I think basically what's important is taking good care of yourself. You need to take good care of yourself. You need to be clean. You need to smell good. You also need to look good. Like what you said, style then comes after, but there's something basic that everyone should just do, something that everyone is expected to do. So that's cleanliness. Firstly, you need to always look clean and smell good. And this thing of smelling bad, it's summer now. There are people who do not take good care of themselves. So you need to know that as a person, you need to bath and keep yourself clean and remove all that. Those funny smells that develop over some time. So bathing and also just knowing how to take care of your hair, take care of your nails, and also this is where the issue of shaving our armpits comes in. Yeah. So basically, it's all about taking good care of yourself and being clean.
You're actually assuming everybody knows good care of yourself, what it means, right? Because when you say taking good care of yourself, somebody said, "Hey, I shower," and to me, that's taking good care of it. What you know why I'm saying this? Uh, um, I worked in public relations myself, and I used to talk about these things, and people used to get
Okay.
you're being too much. I mean, what do you mean taking care of myself, my body? I take a shower when I come to work, and sure that's not good enough. That's good, but it's not enough. When one takes a shower, what
Yes.
is it that we need to know? Like you
Mhm.
talked about underarm. Let's talk about look. Let's cut the chase. Cut it to the chase. We gotta get real today.
Yes.
I want you to get real and talk to us about
Yes.
things that people take for granted. For instance, when
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
get into the
So
shower,
you,
what
you
are you, is it taking soap and drying yourself, or what are you talking when somebody says akageza kugeza kunorewe? What does it mean?
So you need clean water. You need what you're going to use to clean yourself: a towel, a loofah, a stone, or whatever that you use to clean yourself. And you definitely need soap. Some people use bubble bath. Some people use shower gel, whatever that you use. So what you want to do is you want to, firstly, what I understand by bathing is you need to put soap on your skin first and make sure that you're taking away all the dirt, you're washing away all the dirt, and you're using clean water to wash away the dirt. And then you're using whatever you're going to use, the towel, the loofah, the stone, uri kunyatsogeza uchibvisa tsvina iyeye, and then also zvidzumburudza, and you rinse away the dirt that you were taking off with the soap and the stuff that you use to scrub your skin.
Let's talk about nyaya shaving. I know for sure. It might sound ridiculous. I think the only place that a woman should have hair is on her head if they want to. I don't keep hair because I don't like keeping hair. It's a choice, right? But the, the, there's some people who think that there's no need to shave underarm, and there's some people who never use uh, deodorant. And I
Mhm.
don't know why how best, because it's you if you have a friend and then we're underarm, and how do you tell a person? And
Yeah.
that's why we invited you here, so that you can break it down for us, the importance of shaving and putting underarm, brushing your teeth. Some people just
Yes.
think
Yes.
it's normal, but it's a toothbrush. But we want you to talk to us. You're the specialist. I mean, I could talk to you, Sasangwadzi, but today I'm giving you the position of Sangwadzi. Sangwadzi is a dear aunt. So you're the one who's going to tell us about this and
Oh
get
yeah.
clear with everybody. Tell us about it.
Yes. All right. So yes, after cleaning the body, you also need to take care of your teeth. Brushing teeth is really important. I've seen a lot of people complaining on social media about people who smell bad, who have bad breath. So cleaning your teeth is also part of bathing. Ndokutogeza kwacho. It's a complete package. After taking care of your skin, wageza wabvisa tsvina on your body, we then go on to our teeth. You need to brush your teeth each and every day, and also maybe after eating, and maybe when you are moving around, move around with mints or a mouth spray, so that you always freshen up your breath, or those mouthwash, so that you just smell okay. You just smell good, not okay. We want to smell good, and we do not want to make the people around us feel uncomfortable. And then we go on to the issue of armpits. You need to use a roll-on. You need to have a perfume that you use. So a lot of people overlook nyaye roll-on, but it's really important. There's a time I talked about the issue of sweating. There were people who were saying, I have a problem of sweating. And as I was researching on nyaye sweating, I found something interesting. It is said that sweat itself is not, it doesn't have any odor. It's odorless. But what happens is it then starts smelling when it gets in contact with the bacteria that's on our skin. So if you're dirty and you sweat, that's when you smell. That's
You know,
that's
you know
that's what
what?
happens.
That's very interesting, because the problem is people. You explained that's exactly what happens naturally, right? But there is no need
Mhm.
to spend
Yes.
them assuming that, oh, I wash so my sweat won't smell. It will smell. And don't get used to it. There's some things we should be preempted.
Yes. Yes.
Don't take a chance there. You take a shower. Just like when you go to the toilet, you always use the toilet paper, right? Let me let me break it. That's
Yes.
and underarm is
Mm-hmm,
very
mm-hmm.
important to
That's
use
true.
roll on, because sometimes people think a perfume
Mm-hmm.
is going to do it. Before you get to perfume, please use a roll-on, because
Yes.
the
A roll on
smell,
first. Yes.
yes, it's difficult to tell a person that
Hmm.
yeah, but and or
Yeah.
it's hard in our culture. I've been in many cultures, so really, really
As
wanted
eating.
to emphasize, yeah, roll on. Perfume is nothing you can do without it. And then I live in Canada. It's a fragrance-free country.
Uh-huh.
When I say
Oh
fragrance-free,
wow.
you hardly ever see people buying perfume. I've got a whole bunch of them that my friends. I forget to use it because
Ah,
people don't use perfumes. It
wow.
could, will be a problem for people
Yes.
with a respiratory issue. But
Yeah.
underarm
Yeah.
is less important, right? Anyway, go ahead. I'm
Mm-hmm.
taking over what you're supposed to be talking about and talking too much. Go ahead and tell us more.
Okay, so yeah, you need to have you need to shave your armpits. Why? Because the hair that we grow under our armpits, it will trap dirt and it will also trap the sweat. But like I said, sweat is odorless, but it doesn't mean we should just say, it's odorless, so I'm not going to smell. So you need to take care of that sweat. If you're someone who sweats a lot, you might want to use an antiperspirant, as it is going to stop the sweating somehow. And there are people who sweat a lot but are not using the antiperspirant. So if you sweat a lot, you need to use an antiperspirant because it's going to stop the sweating. And what works is, if you're going to use it at least twice per day, if you use it in the morning after bathing, and then if you are someone who takes a bath twice, which is something that I recommend, that we should bath before we go to bed. We take away the dirt that we just got the whole day when we're moving around, and then you use the antiperspirant again. It's going to work whilst you're sleeping and not sweating a lot, so it works more that way. So either you use a roll-on that is an antiperspirant, or a spray that is an antiperspirant. It will take care of the sweating and help lessen the sweating. And if your armpits are shaved, at least you're not going to have that bad body odor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and really, I'm not so sure if we say if you sweat a lot, everybody sweats. So really, there is no sweating a lot.
Yeah,
Everybody, after you take a shower, you should always use a roll-on. You should always use a roll-on or antiperspirant or whatever. But you got to take care of
true.
hair. Perfume is later. You can do
Hmm.
without perfume, but you'll be okay if the roll-on is used. And tataura niya mazino, we spoke
Yes.
about, brushing your teeth and flossing. Yeah. And you take care of your teeth,
Yes.
because when you are older, the teeth start shifting, they start moving. So if you take good care of your
Hmm.
teeth as you grow, then hey, you age with a fantastic smile, and I think it's very important. Now, and when we're
Definitely.
talking about antiperspirant or underarm, we're not only talking about women, men as well. Men can
Hmm.
sometimes,
Yes.
some keep hair under their arm. They can get away with it. They got hair here,
Yeah.
here. But for a woman, no. No.
Hmm.
Tell us a bit more about some points which most men miss when we're talking about grooming.
I think the mistake that most men make is they think when you're talking about grooming, we're only focusing on women. They think it's ndezvevakadzi, isusu hatipinde ipapo. But this is why we're having many men who are walking around with bad breath and who are walking around with body odor. I think these issues are for everyone. As a person, you should just make sure you smell good, you have bathed well, and you're taking care of yourself. So it's not only about women, it's for everyone. And men should take this issue seriously. They should make use of my deodorant, my antiperspirant. They should also make use of my shower gel. I've seen Ananivia, my shower gel, Eva Rume, that smell really good. It's not I've seen that there are men who think because I'm a man, I don't have to use these perfumed products. But this is something that will also help you smell good and also be someone who's just good. So I think men should also take this issue seriously and take care of themselves, and they should also just shave their armpits. I've seen many men with armpits that have hair that is long, and like what you said, they get away with it, but it's not okay. I think they should also do what women are doing. so that everyone everyone is just smelling
Comfortable.
good.
Everybody's
And
comfortable because hey,
yeah,
another issue. I think there are so many salons where men can go for massage and they can get a pedicure and manicure. Because hey, I don't think
yes.
anybody wants to go to bed with somebody with claws in their feet, talons and whatever. Because nails they be like this and full of dirt, and that's particularly
Yes.
with men. With men,
Hmm.
what what can you say about that?
Yes, manicure, pedicure is not a ladies' thing only. Men should also go for their pedicure, for their manicure, and take care of their nails, especially nails. I understand most men, they have these jobs where they have to deal with greasy, they have
Mhm.
to handle so many things, but they should also go for that pampering and take care of their nails, or maybe just keep them short, cut them. It's part of being clean. Also cut them and keep them clean, and maybe once in a while you can file them, you can remove, because sometimes because of their jobs either the nails would discolor. But if you take good care of yourself and go for these things, you also find yourself looking clean, even if you have a job that you have to handle so many things.
And toenails, my gentlemen out there, let me say, I mean, this is Sangwadzi here. Toenails have to be cut. Because this business
Yes.
of talons and things, no one wants to have experienced something like that. And I mean, you wake up in the morning and you're bleeding because this gentleman you had like clothes like this. That's a no. Okay, so
Yeah,
we
true.
talked a bit about the basics of getting ready for talk to me about the styling now. And what does that mean when you're saying you're the stylist, and you help people with grooming? Go into that, because I wanted to
Okay,
clear
so
this bit first. Now let's get into the rest of your
yeah,
what
it's the
you
most important one. So, as a stylist, I help people, with fashion and style in general. So, there are people who struggle actually when it comes to dressing. I didn't know it was a problem until I got into it. I didn't know that there were people who actually struggle when it comes to coming up with outfits, knowing what to wear. Where there are people who can go to a wedding wearing the wrong type of stuff. There are people who need to be told, good, okay, you're going to a wedding, you can't wear white, you can't wear casual clothes, you have to dress up. So this is where I come in. I help people with all that. And especially for women with different body shapes, there are women who struggle with dressing for their body shapes. So I help people with that, and also coming up with a personal style. There are people who do not have a personal style. They just buy everything and anything. They don't even know what looks good on them, or what they would really want to be identified with all the time. So I help people with all that.
What do you mean something that you be identified with? Like I understand it's like you have your own personal style. What does that mean?
Mhm. Sorry, I didn't get that
What
question.
does it mean when you say someone having their personal style? How if you don't see them all the time, this first time you see me, and then you say, "Oh, Sangwadzi, I think let's come up with a personal style. Whose choice is it? The personal style. Who are we talking about here? Because if you look at me, you can look at me and say, okay, your
Mhm.
style is this. What? How do you arrive at that?
Okay, so coming up with a personal style, you have to, let's say I'm helping you. If I'm to help you to come up with a personal style, I'll ask you, what do you like? Everyone has something that just tickles them. Like when you see wide-legged pants, you say, I love wide-legged pants. When I go for shopping, I'm always looking at wide-legged pants. So we have to identify what you like first, and then we go on to what looks good on you. So we work around that, what you like, what looks good on you, and then we merge it into a style. So personal style is like something that people identify you with. Let's say people say Sangwadzi likes bold earrings. She loves bold colors. That's a personal style, something that people can identify you with, and even something that just, that you're drawn to all the time when you want to dress up. So that's like your personal style.
Okay. And now body shapes. Oh Lord God, body shapes. What do? The older you get, when you're 24, you're skinny. Even somebody here was also once upon a time a very skinny girl. But I mean, the older you get, your body shape, your body shape changes
Yes.
as well. And how
Yeah, it just
how
changes. It
yeah.
changes.
Mm-hmm. And when you're getting bigger and larger, what would you say just in general? How do we dress bodies like this?
So with our bodies, it depends with your body shape. What you don't like. That everyone has something that they say. Okay, especially for women after giving birth, when you have a big tummy, you have something that you do not want to show, or something that is making you feel a bit insecure. So we look at the body shape and what looks good on it. And if you have something that you want to cover, we find clothes that cover that part, and also accentuating, or what word can I use? Let's say you
Maybe.
love you love your bust area. You
Yes.
love your bust area. We find something that just accentuates it, or that just makes it pop.
Stand
So
out.
it's
Yeah.
about, yes. So
Mhm.
if you don't like the tummy, you find something that conceals or covers the tummy, and then we highlight the best parts of your body, the body parts that you like the most, that you'd like to show off. Yes.
No, nobody likes the tummy. Let me tell you, whether you have just had a baby or you're just eating too much, nobody likes the body. The tummy is it's a no-go area. But again, of course, they
Yeah.
have many clothes which are beautiful, which are loose, which kind of like hang loose, which do not kind of define the stomach and makes it pop out. So you wear loose fitting clothes, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. For the tummy, it's all about wearing loose clothes that
Hmm.
don't show it, or high waist jeans, high waist skirts. They cover the tummy. Yes.
Okay. All right. There's another thing here. I know
Mm,
younger people. I watch television. I'm on social media myself. I'm big with social media. That's part of the job that I do. And I see younger people, people my age group or my grandchildren, my granddaughters, and things like that. Tell me a
yes.
little bit about this whole fashion of wearing clothes that the boobs are all out. I don't know, maybe I'm being
Mm.
old fashioned here. Maybe that's what sells the product. I don't know. But I have seen even
Yes.
wedding dresses, people wearing wedding dresses with half their breasts out.
Yeah, the cleavage showing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. Look, the story of cleavage is there, and some of these things are very Eurocentric. I think sometimes I don't want to bring a can of worms here about opinions on
Mhm,
what happens, because I think that's my opinion, and I could be wrong. A lot of young people are following
mhm.
what they see on social media, say, which is all good. Well, not all good, that which is fine, but the the trend to be what which is Eurocentric, and our culture doesn't allow things like that. It has never been where women walk
Yes.
around with half their breasts out or with a
Hmm.
split
Hmm.
showing, like up to there. You can see that on TV. You can see Kanye West with his wife and whatever doing that. But talk to me about this
Yes.
whole thing about what's your take on cleavages, which are like up, for a great woman, the only time you're supposed
Yes.
to take boobs out for everybody is when you're breastfeeding. It's never embarrassing because usually, yes, because our culture allows that, right?
Yes.
Our culture
Yeah.
allows
True.
breastfeeding. So you can breastfeed where everybody will be watching your breast. But business of
Uh-huh.
walking around, I don't know if I'm wrong. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Okay, so I personally feel there's a time and place for that type of dressing, if someone really likes that dressing, because style and fashion sometimes is a bit, it's something that we cannot say this is the only right thing and this is
Mhm.
wrong, because people choose what they like, people wear what they want, and they've the freedom to wear what they want. So I personally feel, if it's done at the right time and the right place, it 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 maybe it's not that wrong if it's okay to that person who's dressed like that. But there are places that you can't dress like that. Places like church, places like work. You can't go to work with your cleavage showing and your church, or go to church with your cleavage showing. So I think it all depends on the place. I think it all depends on the place, because if someone is dressed like that at the club, then okay, we expect to see that she's at the club. But when it's at church now, it becomes a problem. So I think it's all about the place where
Okay.
someone dresses like that.
Oh, yeah, I quite agree with that. It's a very topical issue anyway, and because I've seen wedding
Yes.
dresses, I mean brides with, ouch, you don't even know how to look at her because half her breasts are
Yes.
out, and I'm thinking,
Yeah.
okay, maybe I'm old fashioned, and
Yeah,
yeah.
no, no, no. Because there are times where, let's say at a wedding, there your in-laws, there are people you know, who shouldn't see those boobs, popping out. So it then becomes wrong when you do it at such a place and time. So I think, yeah, people need to know when to wear, or when to dress like that. If you are going somewhere where they are respectable people, they're your in-laws, or they're your grandparents. There are times when you just need to dress modest. You just need to cover up and
Dress
wear
it
the
down.
proper
Dress it
things.
down. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm. I remember how I found out about you. I heard you talking about things that make you look cheap, and I thought,
Oh,
God, this is so true. Point out some of
yes.
the basic, like one, two. Tell me those things that make you obviously cheap.
Definitely, walking naked, uh,
So that
cleavage
doesn't make
out,
you
your lips out.
walking
Is-
naked doesn't make you cheap. That makes you dangerous. Yeah.
It does. Very short clothes. There's a way you should do it. There are actually rules of how you can wear short clothes if you like very short clothes. And then wearing poor quality stuff, just buying anything and everything, thinking, okay, yeah, this is cheap. I want it. At times it will just make you look cheap. And also bad hairstyles can also make you look cheap. Yeah, I think that's like basically what usually makes
What
people
are
look
bad
cheap.
hairstyles? I don't think mine is. I don't think
Their
mine is bad
hairstyles.
to this end, but
Their
what are bad
hairstyles.
hairstyles?
There are hairstyles where you just question yourself, but okay, what was she thinking? Or who even did her hair? Those crazy, crazy hairstyles, they will just make you look cheap. Just go subtle, just go for something that's nice, something that's not way over the top. There are people who experiment a lot with their hair and it ends up just looking very cheap. So you just need to stay safe and look good, just presentable.
I think people who are watching this are probably saying that's very subjective. Some of these things, it's you think so, but I don't think so because it's a choice
Mhm.
I make. And if I like short dresses, hey, power to me, right? If I want,
Yeah, yeah.
to wear blonde hair like you are, power to you, right? And somebody would look at that and say, why would a black woman wear blonde hair? Because they might look at it and say it's bad too. And so some of these things are the choices that
Yes.
we make, right? And I think you
Hmm.
said something very important, that a lot of times it depends where you are, and is it appropriate?
Yes.
Does it look okay? And also you mentioned that always stay safe. A simple sometimes
Yes.
simple is better. And
Yes. Less
yeah.
is more. You just need to stay
Mhm,
safe and
mhm,
don't always stand out in a negative way, in a
mhm.
bad way.
Yeah, yeah, that's totally. We could have another 30 minutes. I'm going to invite you back to talk about clothing, because that's another
Yeah.
topic which
Yeah.
we can also explore and talk
Mhm.
about. And thank you so much for coming to my program right now to talk about
Thank you for having me.
grooming and deportment. And hey, everybody out there, please, everybody go buy a roll-on, please. We do not want people smelling, and don't waste your time buying expensive perfume when you've got an underlying issue, because if it continues, you can always see a doctor, because Sometimes people have got body odor because it's a medical condition that they have that needs help. But please
Mhm.
don't buy perfume and put on top of a smelly body. That doesn't work. That does not work. And thank you so much for following us. And Flo, the stylist, thank you so much for
Thank you
sharing
so much.
being an ordinary person doing extraordinary work and ordinary work in our communities, teaching us and helping us with things that we might overlook. I appreciate. From
Mhm.
me, Sagwa Zispiwe Katiza Mafumo. I'll see you next Saturday. Thank you so much.